Hey everyone, Old School Pokemon here. So this video, I wanted to show you a few real cool purchases that I recently picked up. It's been an expensive couple weeks for my personal collection. So I'm going to be showing you that stuff, and hopefully you enjoy. Before I do get into that, I just wanted to mention, you might have noticed, but in the description below, I actually changed my link to my eBay store. It still goes to my eBay store, but I actually signed up for the eBay affiliate program, or whatever you want to call it. So basically, right now, I changed all the links. So if you click on that link, it's going to direct you to my eBay store, but it's also an affiliate link. So what that means is if you purchase anything from my eBay store or anything on eBay, I'll receive a small commission for directing you to eBay. Obviously, don't have to use it. I just thought I'd add it to make a little bit extra money on the side, see how well that works out. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that so you guys are aware. It is an affiliate link. There's no additional cost to you or anything like that. There's no differences really. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that to let you guys know. And if you do want to purchase something to support my channel, everything else like that, feel free to click that affiliate link there. Purchase whatever you normally purchase on eBay, and I'll get a small commission off of that. So I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, let's jump right into these purchases. So first off, we've got this guy. This is a Pokemon Pokécard Creator Pack. So for those that aren't aware, this was released in 2003 or 2004. I believe it was 2003. Either 2003, 2004. But basically what it was a promotion or a contest that Pokemon was running where kids ages 5 to 15 could submit a drawing of their favorite Pokemon. I don't know if there was like a limitation as to what Pokemon they could draw, but basically kids submitted a drawing of their Pokemon, and Pokemon chose the top 5 drawings and actually produced trading cards out of those 5 drawings. So the 5 winners were these 5 Pokemon right here. And inside this pack, you get all 5 cards. So you get one of each of these cards right here. The artwork on these cards, if you're not aware, real cool artwork. Pikachu, I believe, is the most expensive in terms of value. But all of these cards are actually pretty decently priced. They're not super cheap. I believe they all go for between $50 to $100 near mint condition. But yeah, the artwork on these cards real cool. The packs themselves. So with this contest or promotion, the 5 finalists, the 5 people who got their card or their drawings turned into cards, they received 50 of these Pokécard Creator Packs each. So there's 250 packs right there. And then 5,000 first place or kind of runner-up participants received 1 pack each. So in total, there were 5,250 of these packs produced. Obviously, there was probably extras somewhere along the line, but rough estimates, 5,250 of these packs produced. It's funny, I actually purchased 2 of these packs a long time ago from my local card shop. This is going back 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. But I purchased 2 of these packs for $75 a piece. Even back then, that was a great deal. I believe they were going for like $125 a piece back then. So even back then, that was a great deal. Unfortunately, I sold them both. And I've been wanting to pick one of these up for a while now. I actually saw it on eBay. It was posted on eBay for $700 or $750 buy it now. There was no best offer option, but I messaged the seller and asked him if he'd accept a best offer of $600, which he did. So I was able to purchase that. That'll be going straight into my booster pack collection. One of the more common variants, I guess, or subsets, whatever you want to call it. So I figured I'd pick that up, add that into my collection. So real happy about that one right there. Next up, we've got another theme deck display case. This is a real cool one. So this is the base set 1 2-player starter deck display case. As you can notice right off the bat, we'll compare this one to this one. So as you can notice right off the bat, This one on the right here, which I just picked up, has the clear wrapping. It doesn't have these Wizards of the Coast logos on it. And then if you look on the bottom here, it's got the one country code, they call it, which is basically referring to this part right here, made in the USA. So it's got the one country code on it, whereas this one has all the different country codes down here. So based on those two pieces of information, you're starting to think that this one on the right is Shadowless, where this one right here is just your standard unlimited base set 1 2-player starter deck. Contains unlimited cards. So this one's unlimited. This one we're starting to think is Shadowless. To kind of verify whether it's Shadowless or Diglett Error theme decks, you want to look at the side. So if you can tell, one side's easier to tell than the other. So if you can tell right here, the sides of these theme decks, you actually, the kind of opening is on the side. So you can just barely see that slit on each of the sides right there. And then same thing on this side. This side's a little bit tougher to tell. But you see that slit right there. So these theme decks open from the side, whereas these ones, the unlimited theme decks, you don't have any of those slits right there. So they open from the top and the bottom. So this is guaranteed unlimited base set cards, where this one has that side opening slit right there on each of the sides. So it's got the clear wrapping, one country code, and slit on each of the sides. So this tells me that it is either Shadowless base set cards or the Diglett Error theme deck, where the Diglett, the fighting energy on the Diglett card is rotated counterclockwise 90 degrees. The third or fourth test to tell whether it is Shadowless or the Diglett Error is to just shake the box. So if you shake this one, you'll notice, let's see if we can hear it. So you kind of hear that thud noise. Basically what that's telling us is that within each of the theme deck, within each of the individual theme decks, there's one big compartment with everything wrapped together. So you got 2 packs of 30 cards, you got the rule book, quick starter guide, I believe, damage counters and coins all wrapped together in one piece. So when you shake it, everything shakes together. Whereas with this one, it's either going to be everything wrapped together, similar to this one, in which case it would be the Diglett Error theme decks, or there's going to be 2 compartments where one side you have the pack, the deck of 60 cards, and then the other side you have your damage counters and coin, and then kind of the rule book and starter guide, or whatever you want to call it, tucked over to the side. So basically you just shake it, and if you hear that rattle noise, it's Shadowless. If you hear that thud noise, it's the Diglett Error deck. So we'll go ahead and shake it. So you notice how when you shake that, you hear that kind of distinctive rattle noise. That's the damage counters moving around in the, I believe it's the top portion of the compartment. I believe that's where the Diglett, the damage counters are located. So you hear that rattle noise. That confirms that this theme deck display case is in fact Shadowless. So if you opened up, you'd receive all Shadowless cards, so 60 Shadowless cards, plus you'd receive the Shadowless base set Machamp holographic card, which doesn't have a picture of it, but you basically know what that card is. That's this guy right here. Luckily, the Shadowless Machamp only came in first edition, so it is the first edition Shadowless Machamp. So that's really cool right there. Now I got a sealed display case of Shadowless starter decks, plus the 3 that I have another 3 individual starter decks as well. But I have been looking to pick up a Shadowless display case of the 2-player starter decks. Now I just wish I can find the variant where it has the gold strips. That is super hard to find. I've actually never even seen one of those. But hopefully one of these days I'll be able to add that nice little variant where I got the gold strips as well. For this one, this was actually on Collector's Cash eBay store. They didn't have it on their website. They just had it listed on their eBay store. It's been listed on eBay for quite some time. I've seen this constantly, so I finally messaged them via eBay. asked them to perform those tests to tell whether it was the slit was opening on the sides or if there was nothing there, and then to shake it to see if they heard that rattle or thud noise. They confirmed that the slits were on the side. They did hear the rattle noise, so that gave me enough information to purchase this. I actually reached out to them. I found it on eBay, reached out to them on eBay messages, and then once they confirmed it, I actually called them, just looked up their number, found their number, called them, got in touch with one of the managers. The manager gave me his email address, so we were able to communicate by email, and we finally reached an agreement of $2,500 for this display case. Basically, that's about the most I'd want to pay for this type of product. I value each of the theme decks at about $250. So you got $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for all 8 of the theme decks. That's basically paying a $500 premium on the actual display case being sealed, which is it's a decent amount. I don't think you could get much more for this. They had it listed on eBay for $3,000 or best offer, and like I said, it was listed on there for the longest time. So I don't think you'd be able to get much more than $2,000, $2,500 for this item at this time. But obviously, this will be going straight into my collection as well. Won't be selling this for any time soon. So that was another real cool pickup right there. We'll add that on top. Next up, we've actually got another real cool purchase. So this is a PSA 8 Shadowless Ninetails No Damage. So, as you probably know, I'm big into collecting the No Damage Ninetails cards. This card in particular, real nice. Definitely a solid 8 example. One of my better PSA 8 examples. We'll take it out of the case here so we can actually take a look at it. I actually just picked this card up from my P.O. box just a little while ago. I actually just got home. Just opened the package up, so I haven't really checked this card out too much. There is some scratching on the hollow, which you'd expect from a PSA 8. You do have a little bit of whitening on the sides and the corners there, but definitely a solid PSA 8 example right there. So real happy to have that. This card, so if you follow, his name's Delbrid Deals on Instagram. He's on E4 as well. He is a huge error collector of Pokemon cards. One of the top error collectors, at least that I know of. I know Regirock and then Delbrid Deals. Those are the 2 main error collectors, at least the two biggest error collectors that I know of personally. But anyway, he's had this card within his collection for the longest time. I actually purchased a played condition No Damage Ninetails off of him going back a couple years now. And we've always been in contact because I always knew that he had this card. So we've kind of always been in contact with each other, going back and forth, kind of messing with each other on whether or not he would sell this card. He would always toss out a real high price. I'd always counter offer, and we kind of go back and forth like that every now and then. But he finally reached out to me about maybe month or 2 ago, and said he was finally interested, or he finally was willing to part with this card from his collection. He needed the money, and so we kind of went back and forth. I told him the 2 previous copies that I had purchased in PSA Near Mint 8, I had paid $1,600 a piece off from Charlie with Ledkin's Collectibles, and I was really wanting to stick at that price point. I told him I'd be willing to go up to $1,750, just to help him out. I knew he didn't really want to part with this card, but he needed the money. And at that time, he was stuck at $2,000. So we were only $250 apart from one another, but unfortunately, we weren't able to make the deal at that time. And then just the other day, actually, Wednesday or Thursday maybe, he actually reached out to me again and said, we got to talking about the No Damage card, Ninetails cards. We were talking about pricing on the PSA 9s, and then I guess he got to thinking about it. The next day, he reached out to me and said, so are you still interested at $1,750? I told him, yeah, I could still do $1,750. So we agreed to $1,750, and I was able to pick this card up from him. So Real nice addition into my collection. I believe this is the 5th PSA 8 that I have. So definitely set with PSA 8s. I'd like to pick up some of the lower grades, actually. I know I'm missing a PSA 1, PSA 3, and then a PSA Authentic copy. And that'll complete my initial goal, which I had, which was, originally it was just purchasing one of these cards in PSA 7 or PSA 8 condition. But the second goal after I purchased that first card was to collect a complete PSA Authentic through PSA 9 kind of set of these cards. Just because I know there are 1 or 2 PSA 10 No Damage Ninetails, but those cards are most likely going to be well out of my price range at this point right here. So if I can buy those 3 cards, I'll have the whole PSA Authentic through PSA 9 set, which would be kind of cool. But with this card, I believe my total is up to 17 PSA graded copies and 6 ungraded copies. So real nice addition. Glad to have that within my collection right there. That was an exciting purchase for sure. Next up, we've got probably the most exciting purchase, which isn't going to seem that exciting, but we got this guy right here. So, as you can tell, unlimited base set, Charizard artwork. It's got the normal unlimited artwork front and back, but it does have something very unique, which is this first edition stamp right here. So if you watched the part 1 of my booster pack collection little series, I showed you 2 other similar booster packs, which were the Blastoise and the Venusaur art. Same thing, unlimited base set with that first edition stamp right there. So I was finally able to pick up that Charizard art to complete the art set of this variant. I have received a few questions regarding these, because these are very rare. Not many people know about these. But basically, so I'll get into pricing first off, and then we'll kind of get into the details of it. Basically, the Blastoise and Venusaur I picked up off of Rusty at TCA Gaming. He actually posted these individually as eBay auctions back in December of 17. Yeah, December of, or maybe it was October. It was October, November, December 2017, so a long time ago. He posted these as eBay auctions. I actually picked them both up off of him, and I paid $300 or $350 a piece for them. So at the time, the Black Triangle packs, which are, let me see, which are these guys right here. These are the Black Triangle packs right here. So at the time, the Black Triangle packs were selling for about $150, maybe a little bit more. So basically, I was paying double the Black Triangle price. So I always thought, based on that, I always thought that these guys right here were worth about double what these guys right here were worth, the Black Triangle packs. So fast forward to today, someone actually posted, I believe it was on Verbank, one of the Pokemon Facebook groups. Someone actually posted a complete art set of the these booster packs right here. He received a lot of interest from different collectors. I was just interested in the Charizard art, so unfortunately we weren't able to make a deal, but he sold the initial art set, all 3 packs, for $3,000, so $1,000 a piece, which absolutely blew me away. I did not think that someone was going to be willing to pay that amount for these packs, because they do contain just unlimited base set cards. It's just the error version. It's the error of an error. So it's the error version of the Black Triangle where the Black Triangle wasn't stamped onto the pack. So the first art set that he had sold for $1,000. And then a couple days later, someone reached out to me and said that they actually had a Charizard art of the Black Triangle, missing Black Triangle, whatever. I don't know what to call these, but basically he had the Charizard art of this pack. So we agreed to, I paid $1,250 for this pack, plus $250 shipping because it came international and I wanted to get it right away. So I paid overnight shipping, which turned into, I think it was like 3 days with everything that's going on. So it took a little bit longer, but I got it in about 3 days and added it into my collection. So now I got the complete art set of these packs right here, which is real cool. So yeah, $1,250 total, which really surprised me because you can pick up these guys right here. So first edition base set packs containing first edition base set cards. You can pick these up for right around $1,000, $1,250, maybe $1,500. If you're impatient and want to purchase those buy it now listings. So you can purchase these guys for between $1,000 and $1,500, containing mint condition first edition base set cards, or you can purchase this guy containing unlimited base set cards for the same price. Obviously, if I wasn't going for the art set right here, I would definitely opt for this one. But like I said, these are real rare. So yeah, I paid $1,250 for that. One of the questions that I saw popping up on the Facebook post, as well as I got a few emails about it, was how do I know that these booster packs contain unlimited base set cards when it has that first edition stamp? So it's fairly easy to tell. So first off, we'll go over these black triangle packs right here. I mentioned this in my last part 1 of my booster pack collection series, but basically these black triangle packs, the origin of these was during the unlimited print run of the base set. There was one factory that accidentally stamped these first edition stamps on the packs. To rectify the first edition stamps, to prevent confusion, they placed this black triangle over the first edition stamps. So that's where you get the black triangle error packs from. These ones, on the other hand, they simply weren't stamped. So you never got the black triangle stamp on these packs. So that's where the error came from in terms of these packs. Now, rarity-wise, we've seen... There's a few videos on YouTube. I know Z&G Emporium actually opened one of these boxes. Unlisted Leaf actually opened one of these boxes. I believe Rusty at TCA Gaming has opened one of these boxes. Basically open an unlimited base set booster box and pull 36. I know Z&G actually pulled 37 black triangle booster packs. So we've seen a few booster boxes of the black triangle booster packs opened. They're consistently available on eBay. They are getting pretty pricey. I know value-wise, I don't follow pricing on this stuff too much, but value-wise, between $300-$400 for just individual packs. I know graded packs go for $400-$500. So these are definitely getting a little bit pricey, especially when you consider all that's inside are unlimited base set cards. So really what you're paying for is you're paying for this black triangle right here. So there's that. In terms of these guys right here, we have never seen a box opening of this variant right here. We've seen very few booster packs, individual booster packs, pop up for sale. When I purchased the Blastoise and Venusaur, that was basically the last packs that I ever saw of this variant right here. I would consistently search eBay from, we'll say, January of 2018 through today, consistently search eBay looking for this Charizard artwork. I did see one other trio. It was a seller in Canada back in 2018, somewhere around there. And at the time, he was asking like $1,500 for the art set, which I didn't want to pay that just because I only needed that Charizard, and I thought, well, maybe I'll find another one. So I passed on that. But aside from that one listing, I have never seen any of these available for sale on eBay, on Facebook, until that seller posted the whole art set. And then someone purchased the whole art set. I was able to grab one pack, and since then, haven't seen any more of these. But of course, it's only been about a week or two since that whole thing transpired. But there's the story, kind of rarity and pricing on that stuff. Getting back into why these are, how you can tell these are unlimited versus first edition. So it does have the first edition stamp. We went over the black triangle packs. These are, so we'll go over these ones right next. So these are just your normal unlimited base set booster packs. These booster packs look the exact same as these booster packs right here, where you get the You got the trading card game up at top. It says 11 additional game cards, 11 additional game cards. The only difference between these two, I meant to grab the light version, but I grabbed the dark version instead. So it does look a little bit different, but they are the exact same. The only difference is you got this first edition stamp, whereas this one, you don't have that first edition stamp. So that's the only difference between Unlimited and this variant right here. Next up, we'll compare the first edition with this variant right here. So as you can tell, you got a few big differences right here. So first off, starting at the top, you got the short crimp on these packs, whereas on the actual first edition base set pack, you have the long crimp. Give a closer up. So I've gone over this a few times. You guys are probably sick of hearing this, but as you can tell, on this pack on the left, you got those short crimps right here, whereas this one on the right, you have those long crimps right there. So the long crimps you want for the first edition and for your Shadowless. The short crimps are, for the most part, you're going to receive unlimited cards. Next up is the trading card game box, the red box, text box right there. On the unlimited packs, that text box is up at top, whereas on the Shadowless and the first edition, that text box is on the bottom with the 3 fanned out cards right there. So that's your next difference. The final difference is the 11 additional game cards text. On unlimited packs, you get that 11 additional game cards text, whereas on your first edition base set packs and your Shadowless base set packs, you have 11 tradable game cards. So those are the differences between this pack, the first edition base set pack, and this variant pack. So this pack right here contains first edition base set cards, whereas this pack right here, all you're receiving is unlimited base set cards. So the whole point of these packs right here, the whole value of these packs right here, comes from this stamp right here. So it's basically the exact same as this pack. You can pick these packs up like $125 on eBay. These are just your standard unlimited base set booster packs. With that little addition of the first edition stamp, you increase the value dramatically. Like I said, these packs right now selling for at least $1,000. I paid $12.50 for my Charizard, so that little first edition stamp, that's all you're really paying for with that. But real glad to have the art set. That kind of completes my base English base set booster pack collection. I do want to purchase at some point. So with the black triangle packs, I would like to purchase, as you can tell, the Charizard is a little bit better. So this one, the black triangle covers up the whole first edition stamp. You can just barely make out the little portion of the circle right there. They do have versions where this black triangle is shifted up, so you can see more of the first edition stamp. I would like to eventually pick up an art set where the black triangle is shifted up to the point where you can make out, let's see here, you can make out that first edition stamp. Some of them are bad like this, where you can make out a good portion of that first edition stamp. You can see the E, you can see the N in addition. So eventually, I would like to find and purchase an art set where the black triangle is shifted up like that, but that's not really a big priority for me right now. So for the most part, I consider my base set, English base set booster pack collection to be completed. So that was real exciting right there. Video went a little bit longer than I was thinking it would, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned something, and hopefully you guys are staying safe out there with everything going on. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.